Good morning. Okay, so for today's session, you're going to need to be kind of in your home gym, and you should be pretty situated now to where you have most things in one place. But if you don't, you're going to need the big stability ball, the big ball. You're going to need 1, 2, and 3 dumbbells. So that's your lightest dumbbell. For ladies, that's going to be anywhere from 2.5 to 7.5. Guys, 2.5 to 10. So that's your number 1 range. There's really no reason to go above 10 for even my strongest athletes for number 1s. Okay. For the number 2, we're going to talk about that mid-range. And for number 2 dumbbells, it's a weight essentially that you're comfortable bilaterally pushing overhead. So as we start to go heavier overhead, sometimes we'll go more single arm stuff, but this we're really going to want to be able to comfortably go bilaterally overhead with our number 2 dumbbells. So for me, that range is anywhere from 10 to about a 20 and maybe a 22.5. So ladies, anywhere in that range will be really put you into that perfect place for your number 2 dumbbells. Number 3 dumbbells you're going to be your squat dumbbells, your rowing dumbbells, your load that's going to really strengthen the posterior chain, the backside of the body. So for the number 2 dumbbells, that's my car key. The number 3 dumbbells need to be your heavier dumbbells. Now, those of you that have been training with me for a little while, you're going to be in that number 3 and probably need to be ascending to number 4, especially as we go into the off season. So here it is, early November. We've got a live climb session. Today is not going to be a super intense session with a lot of volume. There will be a little bit of intensity, but we're really going to work on movement, a little bit of foundation training, and how that plays into some of the loaded movements that we will attack a little bit more intensely on Saturday. So double strength with me this week. And you're also going to need your mini band. I only could find a moderate mini band or even a heavy one, so I'm going to kind of struggle through it a little bit today. But for the most part, you should have 3 key mini bands. A light one that can move really, really easy. You almost think it's too light. Number 2, which would be that moderate one, which really allows you to maybe move in a range of about 2 times shoulder width when you're doing your lateral stepping. And then today you're going to probably see me be about there. When we do our lateral stepping to work lateral hips and inner thighs. Okay, so let's see who's here. I'm just going to check in really quick and then we'll get going. It's good to be here. It's good to see everybody who can show up live. Good morning. Oh, Dennis, nice to see everybody. All right, Patty, Pat, Kim, right on, guys. Kim, we're going to get going this week. So I'll give you a call into the week. Good to see everybody. Okay, now how do I get rid of the chat box? Probably down here. No big deal. All right, let's get to work. Okay, so let's grab the foam roller. We're about 2 minutes early. I'm kind of creep that way. I like to start on time. And let's grip it and rip it. I'm going to see if I can close this. No. Close. There we go. Okay. Sorry, you have to keep looking at me. I give Doc Helma a hard time on that too. All right, let's grab a foam roller. Grab a little one today. Okay, 2 minutes early. People have kind of figured out the pattern that I follow. If you're not early, you're late. All right, so you're not late. You're just fine. You're going to be just fine. We're starting at the lower leg. We're doing a quick body scan, make sure everything's good. I should be a little achy as I come back from traveling. But other than that, I'm pretty much getting back to treating. Check in through the belly of the muscle, just looking for any kind of spiciness. And again, just a little bit achy. We've got two weeks till a half marathon, which will be one of the first races that I just seek to complete. So fitness, the training's been going well. I just haven't really had the desire nor the time nor the energy to really work any kind of speed work. So my goal for the Monterey half marathon is just going to be to go out and enjoy the day. The best use of my time in that race is going to be to work a lot of zone 2 So that'll be very easy, conversational pace, low lactate, and just work through some good conditioning through the connective tissue, etc. So lower leg is feeling pretty good. Hopefully you're feeling the same. Just a little bit achy, which means I'm not quite recovered, but really ever gets recovered. Right. Good. All right, let's take that right up into the hamstring. So right, and let's start that right through the belly of the muscle. And we want to externally rotate that right leg. So take that foot, turn it to about 230. And we want to work that lateral hamstring. It is our lateral system that does tend towards tightness. And that's just gravity and ground and the activities that we love doing. So the lateral part of the body is probably going to get tighter. And then we'll get tightness in the medial part of the body in response to that. There's always an action and a reaction. So I'm going to work the lateral aspect. And that's a little bit gluey, a little bit sticky, nothing too crazy. Okay, let's hit to the other side. Remember that the foam rolling and the process of foam rolling is not like a massage. Things are either going to down-regulate or up-regulate your nervous system. And this actually is up-regulating the nervous system. It's not relaxing the body. It's saying we want to get rid of some of these adhesions that have formed in response to training or sitting. And therefore you're asking your body to do something. So it's not asking it to do nothing. Ultimately, after we're done foam rolling, we will get a nice relaxation and perhaps elongation of tissue. But the bottom line is, as we're doing the foam rolling, we're up-regulating the nervous system. All right, foam roller right below the shoulder blades, hands behind the head, and just a nice, easy extension. Good. I haven't seen anybody ever just roll out of bed and be able to move the thoracic spine. So that's kind of an everyday thing. Let's throw a little bit of toddling in there. Good, side to side, popping and cracking. Oh, all of it. Even the young ones, guys. Even the young ones pop and crack. All right, good, nice and easy. Let's work a little bit of that mid back, just rolling through the mid back. Good. Good morning to those of you who are just getting there. Nice to see you. And for those of you that are doing it later today, or maybe even on Saturday, some people do it. Good to see you as well. Let's hit that lat really quick, and we'll just do a little check-in. I'm not swimming very much, and I'm not riding a TT bike, so I would be surprised if my lats were too tight, and they're not. So not even a little bit achy. So that's a good sign. All right, it's actually kind of a sad sign because I always feel better when I'm swimming and biking on my TT. But we're into that gravel part of the year now, so hopefully you guys are switching seasons a little bit. It definitely has been just a beautiful autumn here in Colorado. It's been a beautiful autumn in Hawaii. It's been a beautiful autumn in St. George, Utah. And then we got a quick weekend race trip to Monterey. So, you know, we talk about why we do this stuff. God, I wouldn't be going to any of those places without racing and work the way I pick it. Okay, so now we're going to work lateral hip. So let's go ahead, top leg in front of back leg. We're right on that TFL. So we want to be posterior to the hip bone and just work posterior to the hip bone, just working a little bit of that self-massage through TFL. And then let's take that even a little bit lower, take that top leg back a little bit so you can open your hips and work to that little bit of glute med through the backside of the body. So the hips are a little bit open. We're using the body weight, just working through the backside of the hip. Okay, same thing on the other side. We're going to start with that TFL. Today's a longer session, so we're going to be doing about a 45-minute workout, maybe about 42. So right here, the foam roller, the pressure point is right behind the hip bone. And the hip bone is also known as the ASI, anterior superior iliac spine. It's a mouthful. All right, take that, open the hips a little bit. Woo. right butt just a little. Now I ran yesterday and I hiked yesterday. My heart rate was too high to continue to run the way I wanted to run usually on Tuesdays. So I just hiked. And so, you know, just so you know, I think from a long-term perspective, forcing your body to do something it really doesn't want to do on a day that it doesn't feel like doing it isn't a good idea. My training this weekend and at the end of this week will be way better because I made that decision to get off the treadmill and go out and hike. And that's why we follow each other on the Strava, so that we can really, you know, we're just being held responsible for responsible training. Okay, into that half kneeling position. So that's right knee down. Let's tuck the right toe under. We'll use the foam roller, even if you have a long one. We're just going to go into that half kneeling hip opener, number 3. So just a nice big inhale here. 2, nice big reach. 3, good. We're not reaching back, we're reaching up. 4, we're going to go 8 of these. 5, a little bit of knee over toe action on the left knee. 6, 2 more. 7, good. And 8. Nice. Okay, same thing other side. Half kneeling. See if you can tuck that toe under in the back. If you can't, no big deal. Just let it flat, right? Right here, we're going to try right knee over big toe. Big reach through the upper body. 1, 2, 3. 6. Get long through your belly here, guys. 7. 1 more. 8. And good. Let's take that right into a standing position. You might also notice I have my shoes on today when I'm training. Still working on that recovery from travel. Still working on that ascension to that next level of fitness that I really lost when I wasn't able to run with that broken ankle. So wearing the shoes today, just trying to give the legs a little bit more support, the body a little more support through the training. So, you know, Dennis, as we kind of have gone through these last couple of years in a state of recovery and repair, you should be following that same path of leadership that I do. So on days when you have good runs and you just feel all put together, go ahead and train barefoot. If not, let's get those shoes on, okay? All right, right here, we're just gonna work loading the hips to the back. So push the hips back behind the heels and then come right back up. We use the hands as the counterbalance. It's a little bit of a founder. Push the hips back. 2, 3, we got 10 of these. 4, 5, shoot, get a little tension through high hamstring. 6, 10 reps. 7, a little pump here. 8, 9, 1 more. And 10, and good. All right, let's do our first loaded exercise. We're gonna go ahead and grab the 2 10-pound dumbbell or 2 number 2 dumbbells. So I've got 15s today, and we're just gonna go straight leg deadlift. When we do this, see this position on my lower body. Take a look at the screen really quick. This is an anchored lower body. So my feet, I've got the foundation training mat. My feet are squared up on the lateral aspect, and it's causing my knees to go a little bit into the midline. All right, so we've got a very doable weight. Number 2 dumbbell. Push your hips back, nice flat back. Come straight back up. 2. Good. Now we're loading our back side of the body. 3. We got 15 of these. 4. Push your hips back. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Push those hips back. It's always the first move. 12. Keep going. Nice anchored stance. 13. 14. And 15. Good. All right, let's set those back down. Going back to the foam roller. back onto the half kneeling position. And from right here, we want to set this beautiful line. You see the line down my top, the line down the shorts, that line actually goes a little back. But from right here, we want to stand up, come straight back down. So it's body weight split squat from, it's a dead start, right? You're going to start hearing the words dead start. So this takes away the stretch reflex at the bottom, right? Okay, so set up nice and strong, hands overhead. We're going to go 10 on the left. This is a left leg exercise for the most part. Back down, 2, down, 3, 4. If this hurts your toe, you're just going to make a smaller stride and not go to the bottom. 8, 9, long through the belly, and 10. All right. So if that hurts your toe, you can either build up something behind your toe. So you can see this step I have right here. I'll use this to let the toe be free with some athletes. So we might do a little bit of a rear foot elevated, but for the most part, we want to work it so that you can actually get in this position to this movement. All right, ready? You got 10 on the right leg in front. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Great posture, long through the belly. All right, second set of 15, straight leg deadlift. Coming up. Okay, getting warmed up. Always believe in a good warm up. All right, 2 hands. Nice strong position, anchored position with the lower body. Tip to the hip. Push the hips back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong back. 6, 7, 8, 12, 14, and 15, and good. Okay, so hip extensors, everything on the back side of the body extends the hip, extends the hip. We need to be strong on the front side as well. So we want to work hip flexors. Two biggest hip flexors in the body. One is the psoas muscle, and the other one is this big quad, this big rectus femoris. Both tend towards tightness. So that half kneeling hip opener that we did, hopefully will start opening those hip flexors up. All right, let's go alternating knee grabs first. So right here, grab that right knee, extend it through the left side. Change sides. Actually said left, this is left. We're just changing each side. Give that a little pull. Give that a little pull. And one more each side here. Alternating knee grabs. And good. Okay. The next move, most people who have worked with a trainer have done some kind of Turkish get-up. Today, we're going to do what I call Turkish get-up number 1. It's only a piece of it. All right. So we want the right arm all the way out the side, the left knee up, the left arm straight up. And watch closely. All we're going to do is come up part way right here. So right leg is straight. We're using that right hip flexor to get up into this position. We're coming up onto the right elbow. And we go right back down. We got 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, just to the elbow. 9 and 10. Okay, same thing other side. So we're just laying on our back. Now the right knee is up, left arm is out at shoulder length. Right arm is up, right knee, right arm. We come straight up and across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, up the elbow, 9 and 10. Okay, good. From that position, was that a bit of a crunch? Yes, but for the most part, it's an isometric contraction of the abdomen. It's not a big spinal flexion. Hopefully you felt the difference. You would have definitely felt your stomach muscles working, but it was more in a rotational sense than it was a big spinal flexion and shortening from the clavicles to the pubic bone. We don't want to work that too much. We want to be strong there, but we need to stay balanced. Okay, down into full kneeling position. We're going to work into a kneeling founder. So feet are just outside of knees. And the first thing we're going to do is just work hips back and come straight back up. A little bit of hands to the front. 2, come on back. 3, come on back. 4, 5, 6, 7. Push your hips back. 8. You might not be feeling much here, but trust me, things are working. 9. 1 more. And 10. And good. All right. Next movement, we're going to go into a woodpecker. So I know Doc Helmer worked on this last week. Right here, we're going to go into a split stance. Join me with right leg back. It's a comfortable stride. Once again, we've got the toe tucked under in the back. It should be much more comfortable though, because it's less extreme. From right there, we want the hips to stay nice and square. Take a big breath, and we're going to work some decompression breathing because we're going to get a very subtle hip flexor stretch just from the split stance. All right, so let's go thumbs on the bottom rib, pinky on the hip bone, and from right here, nice big breath. Pull the ribs way off the hips. You should be expanding the rib cage. 1 more. Shake that out. So those of you who are new, this is decompression breathing, and decompression breathing pulls the ribs off the hips, creates space in the spine, creates better function in the lower body. Okay, left leg back, thumb on the bottom rib, pinky on the hip bone, chin back, chest up, great position. Here we go, 5 big breaths. Expand the rib cage 360 degrees. The measuring sticks, make sure that you don't lose the space. And as you exhale, you're going to want to knit the belly together. So you're always staying very, very tall. And we use the breath to create decompression in the spine. Okay, back to right leg back. From right here, you see I've started nice and tall. Now we're going to just tip the hip forward. You want to maintain all the length, all the space, and then just come right back. So we're going to call that a forward shift. okay? Right leg back, measuring sticks, thumb on the bottom rib. Ready? Little shift. Load up that lead leg, come right back out of that. So that upregulates my left leg in a nice stable position. 2, come right back. We'll do 1 more. 3, loading up that left leg just a little bit and come right back. Other side. Left leg back, right leg loaded. Decompress, nice big breath. Tip over the hip, push into the big toe on the right leg. Come right back. Push into the big toe. 2. Right there, you should feel that right butt. My right leg's in front, right butt is on, and then I come back up and it goes off. That's what we want. All right, so now we're gonna add the weight of the arms. Little woodpecker reaches. So this is a woodpecker position. Decompress, scoop from the bottom. I'm in that forward lean. Left leg is very loaded. Fingertips at the height of the chin. Reach, don't bend the knee. Everybody straighten that left knee right now. It's going to engage hamstring. Come right back and unload it, right? So the hamstring and the posterior chain are what are keeping us from falling head over tea kettle. Watch that left leg. Do not squat into that motion. You're going to want to do that. I promise you. Don't do it. Okay, let's make sure that back heel is outside of the toes. Big breath. Nose over toes. Right here. Nice big reach. Forward lean. The hamstring lights up. Come right back out of that. Keep your hands high. Keep your rib cage full. Inhale here. 1 more. High hamstring, straighten that left leg, fight for it, and come right back. Good. So that's your nervous system really starting to ramp up now. Left leg in front, right leg back. Nice big breath. Hands at shin height. Right here. Tip and reach, big toe load, right leg. High hamstring, and we're back. Good. We got 5 big loads. Push and reach. Straighten your right leg. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Big reach. Straighten that right leg. Push the hands forward and come right back out of it. Good. All right, back into a wide stance. Push the hips behind the heels. That's going to put you into a little bit of forward lean, right? Just because my hips went back. It's not like I'm bowing. You're probably never going to hear me say that. That you're going to naturally drop your chest, but you're only doing that because you're pushing your hips back. All right, let's push the hips back. Woo. Good. And we're just going to glide to the right. Nice little stretch. Come back to the middle. Glide to the left. Come back to the middle. Glide right. Good. Adductors, inner thigh. Good. Just getting a gentle stretch here. This right knee should not be flared out to the side. Keep it nice and tight. 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8. Good. 9. And last one. And 10. Okay, let's get the big ball, the big stability ball. If you do not have a stability ball, I want you to pretend that you have one. So the move is going to be this. The ball is between my knees. My hips are broken to the back about 3 inches. So my butt is behind my knees, behind my heels, right? So the chest naturally bows. We just had that conversation. Bring the feet in close. You'll feel the adductors turn on. Right here, we're going to squeeze the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just let it go. Squeeze it again into internal rotation. 5, 4, hips are back. 3, 2, 1. Let it go back out. Squeeze it again. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go out. Squeeze it again. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it out. Here we go again. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that ball to the side. We're going to go right back to it in just a second. Your floor is probably more balanced than mine. Okay, let's go back into a wide stance. This time we're going to add the weight of the arms to the front. So starts out looking like a wide founder. So right here, as soon as we add the weight of the arms, we get more glute activation. We're going to glide right. Keep the lead knee in. 2, keep the lead knee in towards the midline. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to 10. 8, keep the hands high, shoulders low. I don't know what number I'm on, but let's do one more just in case. And good. Okay, progressing the adductor squeezes. Let's put the feet nice and strong and straight. Make sure your feet are not rotated out. Push your hips to the back. Add the weight of the arms. Ready? Squeeze the crap out of the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time you're going to pretty much stand up tall. Go right back to it. Push your hips back. Push. 3, 2, 1. Count it slow, so that's probably about 5 seconds. Ready? Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 2 more. Squeeze the ball. Add up your strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1 more. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, that ball can be done for the day. Put that over there. And let's grab that mini band. I told you guys I couldn't find my lighter mini band, but I expect that you're choosing your lighter mini band. I've got a medium, so I'm gonna, if you've got the lighter mini band, put it around your ankles. If you only have the beefier one like me, let's go above the knees. So we're still gonna get the same outcome, which is activation of the lateral glutes, but mine's gonna be just a little bit less brain power because it's further up the chain. Okay, so right there, hips to the back, hands on the hips. We're just gonna step to the right and come back. So you guys, most of you with the lighter band, you've got it around your ankles. We're gonna go 10 to the right. Nice big posture. Keep your chest nice and strong. No flexy spines. Okay, here we go. 1, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step to the other side, stand up. Every time we go down, we kind of load the spring. And this is the first time you've probably heard me say load the spring. We're going into the off season. We're going to be doing more intensity because the decrease on the racing, the training. So hopefully you're just planning a couple of easy months of still training, but maybe not so much focus. Maybe we can say yes to a couple of dinner invitations. 5, and get up a little bit later. 6, go have coffee, take a walk to the coffee shop. These are all things that I really enjoy doing that I don't do when I'm actively training. Hopefully I'll be getting a puppy soon too. We were on the puppy list. So if you've been following that story, let's keep that band and hit 1 more set of those. I didn't last very long. We miss Deacon tremendously, miss him, think about him every single day. But I need a walking partner. When I get up too early, I'm walking in the dark. Ready? Right side. 1, and back. 2, chest up tall. 3, 4, good. 5, we got 10, just a really controlled pace. 8, 9, good. And 10, and then come right back together. Hips to the back, a little bit of that spring loaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, Stay tall, stay strong. 5, 6, 7, 8, good patience. 9, good. And 10, awesome. Okay, back onto your back. We've got one more set of Turkish get up. Number 1. I believe we started that on this side. So we're gonna go right leg straight, right leg out, or excuse me, right arm straight out from the shoulder, left arm up. We're gonna come up onto the right elbow and right back down. 1, we got 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, and 10. Awesome. Switch to the other side. Hopefully that one felt a little bit easier than the first one. Once we start getting muscle activation, we get stuff switched on, we get movement sequencing way better. We want to always reinforce good movement, right? So when we can activate muscles, get them doing their job when they don't really want to, everything's gonna get a little easier. Okay, ready? 10 reps. Up onto that left elbow. 1, back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and back down. Okay, so let's get used to moving that big daddy around a little bit. So we're gonna go, still working the posterior chain. We're gonna grab the 30. So I've got 1 of my heavier dumbbells. We're gonna use split stance. We're gonna load a single leg RDL, but we're gonna keep the kickstand down. So that means we've got a light load in the back seat. We're gonna work this position. We warmed it up with double arm. We worked our woodpecker reaches. Now we're gonna load it. Okay, so first leg is left leg. We've got a split stance. Make sure that your hip is not open. We've got all the muscles working. Hang the dumbbell from the waist. Okay, so right here, we're just gonna push the hip back, come straight back up. Split stance, RDL. 2, also known as straight leg deadlift. I'm trying to use that a little bit. 3, tip, keep that left leg straight. The front leg should be straight. 4, 5, we're gonna go to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing other side, right leg in front, nice and strong. 1, 2, 3, this is working that right butt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going. 9, and 10. Take a little breather. So the kickstand move out of the split stance is what's going to allow us to learn to load the body and accept load in a safe way. So I can go here with a split stance, right leg back, but solely focus on working my left leg. So right leg is there just as an assistant to just make sure I don't tip. And I can really focus on working the stability of that single leg. So we've mobilized it. We've got him so everybody's working. The adductors are working. The glute med is working. Everybody's working. Now we want them to work in the way we want them to work, which is in that very strong single leg landing, okay? Or on the bicycle, you're pushing down single leg wattage on one leg. You're always gonna push a little harder than you're gonna pull. Okay, straight down. 1, focusing on that left leg. Straight leg deadlift. 2, back side of the body. 3, pushing into the big toe on the left leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, hamstrings. 8, getting stronger every day. 9 and 10. Left leg back. Nice big chest. 1. Your body is not a mirror image of right side, left side. I promise you. So if one leg feels different, just listen to it and work with it. You might feel this a little bit in your low back, but you should not feel it straining your low back. Push your hips back. 7 or 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's put that down. We need our number 1 dumbbells next. All right. So the first move I want to do, let's go down to a half kneeling position. Let's go thumbs up, pinkies out to the side and face down. The first move we're going to do here is just a big reach together. Make the hands go reach apart. You're going to feel that probably through your stomach a little bit, and then straight back. Tightness in the chest will show like this. You'll be working with your hands in front of your body. I want your hands opposite your shoulder. We have no load there. You should be able to be strong there. 1, 2, 10 reps. 3, right there, nice streamlined position. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 9, drop your shoulders. And 1 more. And 10, and good. Your arms have a little bit of load to them, so hopefully that wasn't too easy. You want to just keep pulling this openness to the chest. Pull the openness to the chest. With this position, we're not trying to stand up too, so if you want to let that foot just kind of flop out there in the back and go into plantar flexion, go ahead and do that. Okay, stay nice and tall. We got 10 big arm reaches. 1, work into that streamline, pull the ribs off the hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. 1 more. And 10, and relax. That's going to work a little bit through the shoulders. Ultimately, it's probably not enough weight to really build strength in the shoulders, but to open that shoulder joint up, really important. Okay, let's grab the number 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. Now we're going to hit that woodpecker stance. Stay there, and we're down for 10 rows. So let's go left leg in front of right, working that same split stance. Push your hips back, nice flat back. Keep the chest open. 3, 4, load up that lead leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. Might even want to put the weights down for a second. And we've got the other side. 10 bent over rows. We've got a beautiful hip hinge right there going right now. So you should feel pretty great today. Throughout the day though, keep focusing on decompression breathing. And keep pulling the rib cage off the hips. Okay, nice and strong here. Right leg in front of left. Nice big breath. Decompress. Push your right hip back. 10, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And good. We'll put that to the side. We've got one more row. And it's going to be with our number 3 dumbbell. So anytime we do a single leg exercise, there's going to be a rotational challenge from that movement. So as soon as I lift up, if I'm in a split stance, as soon as I load my right side, my body kind of wants to do that, but all the core musculature keeps us from doing that. We're going to go ahead and hold the heavy load in the right arm first. And I've got a 30. And we're just going to do a tip at the hip, 6 reps, bent over row. Okay? Right here, nice big breath, decompress, tip at the hip, pretty straight left leg, 6 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Some of you might have done that off of a bench before. That's a great exercise. We definitely use it. But if we can use our own body to stabilize, we're going to get a lot more work done from a stability standpoint. It takes strength, it takes mobility and strength to build stability in performance strength. All right, that makes sense. You need to be able to move. You need to be strong enough to hold that mobility, and then you need to be stable so that you can work and be snappy. Okay, right leg in front of left. Left arm, nice and tall. Push that right hip back, 6 reps. 2, 3, 5, and 6. And good. All right, I think we have time for one more set of that. So when we work the right arm and the right back, we're working the left hip. When we work the left arm and the left shoulder, we're working the right hip when we're standing. All right. So we got one more set, 6 on each side. Split stance, set it up strong. Come into that nice tall position. Left leg is in front and it's pretty straight. 2, 3, 5, and 6. Same thing, other side. Right leg in front of left, nice and strong. Hold that nice and strong. Tip it at the hip. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys. This is part 1. We've got 2 strength sessions live this week, which means we can build very comfortably off of this session and just keep pushing forward. Have an amazing day. We didn't do a ton of damage to the body, but make sure you get a really good breakfast, fuel up. See you soon.